look here at Lucas Oil Stadium. Today, a battle out of the AFC between the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts. One final month to push for the playoffs or start preparing for the future. Here we go. It's week 14. And this gets out to the 30 before he stops.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is first and 10. Herbert throwing right away. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Herbert on first down. That's Harris on the right side. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. A big 34-yard pickup there. And it'll be first down Colts.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Set. Ready.
First and 10. Here's Herbert. And he can't hang on. Touchdown in his arms. It slips through. Second down coming up.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
That's going to be caught by his back. Taylor. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
We're going to turn to Taylor on 3rd down. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a first and goal.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
First and goal, here's Taylor. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he has the catch. Gets both feet in. That's a touchdown. The Colts finish up an excellent opening series. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep. Certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball into the 35 to begin this drive. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for first and 10. First carry of the game here for the former Iowa Hawkeye. This great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down.
That's good.
A 28-yard pickup there. And it's going to be first down, Denver.
A 28-yard.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
We've set it downs from the 37. Man in motion here. Knicks now on 1st and 10. Headed out right. The pass is incomplete, but hold on here. We've got a flag on the field. Here's the call. Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. They'll run here following the penalty. He cuts it toward the rim. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos finish off their opening drive. Zach Charbonnet with the touchdown. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. It's a lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's Gould on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Set.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. That throw intended for Tyler Warren. So it'll be 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
From the gun, Taylor. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. In on the tackles, Jonathan Cooper.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Six defensive backs out there. Broncos going dime here on 3rd down.
Careful. 5-9. Ready.
Herbert from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And this does not get it. Looking short field, but the defender is there to force this 4th down. The Colts are ready for the punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. He fields this at the 18. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
At their own 25-yard line.
All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
That's going to be incomplete. First time he's looked his back's way this game, but no results yet.
As a quarterback, you love when that screen pass is called. At least I used to. And you want to attract that defense and all those guys coming after you. But you also got to find a throwing lane. And he couldn't do it on that one.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. Complete beyond the marker. And He's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for Broncos first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Nick Snad, a throw. He's got a man left. On the move, past the 40. Has room down the left sideline. All the way, touchdown Denver. The Broncos break the tie here in the first. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Here's Gould on the return. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Colts file out into formation. Here comes first and 10. Throwing now, Herbert. He's going to get caught by Tyler Warren. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Second down carry for Taylor. He's going to be held up after gaining 2, so a little shy of that marker. Third down coming up.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the third and short.
Trying to sneak it's Herbert. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's fourth down.
Come on, Kate. Put me in. One play, one time. I may have retired back in 04, but I could pick up a couple inches on that sneak. Astounding that call did not turn into a first down. Come on, boys.
He loses it on the hit. And they steal it back on the return. And they get to him and tackle him on the return, but will this turnover count, partner? I don't know. There's a flag on the play. And that's one call that hurts just a little bit extra to see.
Yeah, because it wasn't necessary, Kate. They didn't need that block to have the big play.
But it happened, partner. Refs caught him, and now that big play is no more. So the penalty on the return doesn't do them any favors, Brock. A lot more field ahead of them here starting out. Plowing up the middle. And he needed his 6 yards to begin this one. We've got second and 4.
Well, that run may not have moved the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to keep it this time. And he's up across the 20 before going out of bounds. They get 6 and a first down as well.
6. That's good for Broncos. First down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Nix. That'll be caught by Troy Franklin. Free inside the 30. To the 10. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be first and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos take a 13-point lead. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine. Surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
They'll set up here for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos double their lead to 14. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Here's Gould on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. And it's not just your quarterbacks, Brock Hewitt, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this third down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Lion.
Third and long for him here. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And that one's incomplete for now. He brings up fourth. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Don't want to give them another shot at third down, so they'll bring up fourth while they can and decline the flag. On now comes their punter. And he'll try to hit this one well. Signaling fair catch, and he takes it in at the 37.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for first and 10.
Bombers, ready!
Throwing here, Nix. Flushed out of the pocket. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. He's got it inside the 25. And he's going to be sent out of bounds on a play that sends them all the way down into the red zone. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
They'll try and punch it in. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Broncos make it a 3-possession game. It is a word broadcasters hesitate to use for a lot of reasons, but 4 touchdowns in 4 drives, Brock. I think we can throw it out here. Perfection thus far.
Yeah, this game will humble you at this level. I mean, this is the best of the best playing it, and you don't normally see this kind of execution and this kind of efficiency, so I understand that word perfection. I will remind everybody, though, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Here's Gould on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Return. The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Herbert back to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the first.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Handoff on second and short. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
All plays on the table here for third and 3.
5-9. 21. Ready.
Taylor trying to run for this first. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Offense in the hurry up here.
And the Colts first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
First and 10, Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
9-yard loss. It's now second and 19 at the 27-yard line.
Clock is ticked down. We've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Lucas Oil Stadium after this.
Time to shine, fellas. Just get it. Come on, patient. They can't stop us.
Pass rush could be coming again after that last sack, Brock. Let's see. Here's second and 19. Herbert now. Blitz coming. As the open man downfield. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that is good for an Indianapolis first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Here's first and 10 from the 47.
Set. 12. 80. Go, let's go. Go.
Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
He was brought down by
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go. Second down.
Set. Baylor tight. Wide angle. 5-9. Set.
Working from the gun here. It's Herbert. Hits his running back. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
43-yard line.
First and 10 from the 43.
Set.
Drawing out the design keeper. And this run is going to push him inside the 40. Give him 7 there.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it in addition to slinging it all over the field.
Nice run last play. Sets up second and 2.
380.
This time he's looking to throw. He's got his man. That's Alec Pierce. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. He'll get 16 yards on that play. And it'll be first down Colts.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red zone on first. Caught by his back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Working quickly here.
Brings up second and 4.
Taylor now up the middle. And the defense all over this run. Maybe got a yard there as he tried to bounce that one outside. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. To the line. Here's third and 3.
Set. Let's go. Capital. Set.
Now a toss play. Taylor. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
That's what I call a healthy return on investment. You run the toss play, looking for positive yards, looking to move the sticks. I'm looking for that to be called again.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal.
Home to strike. Set.
Fullback trying to power it across. And he will get into the end zone for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts chop some of the lead off before the half. Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Colts get it back to a 14-point game. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it. Nix with it on first. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. Second down and 19 yards to go after that sack.
It's second down.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. He's throwing deep to the left side. He's got it deep downfield. And he's out of bounds, but what a great play there, Brock. He's got him into field goal range. All right, whistles. They've got a timeout. 7 seconds to go in this half.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
On first down, it's Nix. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Zay Frazier has it. And the Colts do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. Making some progress here. So they're going to begin from the 36 as he's brought down.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half. And that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. So a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it. So first down from the 41. Charbonnet on the toss. Nearly starts the drive with a first down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Another carry for Charbonnet. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll run here on first down. He's got a gain of 6 there. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross. Offensive line fast.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short.
42-yard line.
Finds him over the middle. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. He's going to end up out of bounds well short of that line, so defense credited with a sack.
Okay, even with nothing open downfield, there was still the option to simply throw it away. Mental mistake there, and it cost them 3 yards.
There's the fake. Here's Nix. And almost immediately, he just chucks it away. Not sure what he was thinking there, and unsurprisingly, yep, here comes that flag. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because he nailed that one.
So the grounding backs him up and wipes away second down. A very tough third down play here. Here he goes, third and long. On the move, headed right. Sends this to the end zone. Defender gets his hand in there and breaks it up. A possible touchdown denied. It's going to bring up fourth down. Now we'll see a field goal try by the Broncos. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that makes this a 3-score game.
Had the lead at the break, and the important thing is really to come out hot in the second half and add to it. Sure, you'd love touchdowns, but you'll take those 3 points as well.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10.
380. Go. Set.
Herbert now. Warren brings this one in on the slant. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. Ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now a toss running right with Taylor. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Back to the line they come, 2nd down.
59. 380. Ray. Set.
Herbert from the gun. He's got Pierce. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Looking quickly here.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 12.
Five nine.
Twitch! Watch the twitch!
On 3rd down, Herbert. Down the field, he's got Pierce. And this is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a 1st down.
Kate, I've probably seen a million balls thrown in my life, and maybe even more. From the time I was in high school all the way here to the pros, and over all these decades of watching guys throw it, and I'll tell you what, I never get tired of watching a laser like that.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Herbert throwing again. Cut near the goal line. He takes this one in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts start the second half with some needed points. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
trimmed just a bit. Down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Starting from the 5. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Knicks from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings up 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Hyatt going to motion over left. On 3rd down, here's Nix. Into double coverage. Ooh, don't want to do that, and he's there for the interception. Leo Chanel makes the play. And they're going to score pick 6, Indianapolis. Thrown at the depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner, and sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
Like you say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk. It could do some serious damage.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffled around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Now Nix on 3rd down. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless. He took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Nix now on 1st and 10. Dumped off to his running back. Oh, the football's loose. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Broncos with the ball, trying to close out what would currently be a win. So following the fumble and the recovery, here comes 2nd and short. Hand off to the back. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Back-to-back carries here. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. Offense in a hurry up here.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Back now, pressure coming. Chased out to his right. That's completed right side. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
That's another Broncos first down.
Balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head. These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
Going ground on 1st and goal. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. It's a gain of 2 on the play. Still some work to do on 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Here's another for it. And this defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone. 5.
Okay, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice down. I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2 more shots. Let's continue to pound the football. Can't wait to watch this one.
And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Tracking for it, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a 1-score ball game.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it. Likely, probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard run.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. Gain 15 there. And that is good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Crowd right. Crowd right. Set.
Herbert now, blitz coming. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
After a good pickup, they've got in. Picked off, Brandon Jones.
Well, nickel has really become the base defense for so many teams in the league because the passing game has become so prevalent today. It really makes it so much more difficult to find an open throwing lane. It gives defenses a lot more speed on the back end to step in front of passes, just like that.
Captain. Bombers.
Nix with it on 1st. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Ready.
Nix. He rolls to his right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Looking to throw. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Indy. Broncos up by 6. They've got first down here from the 36. Once more, it's Nix. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And it's going to be first down Denver. Oh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards. He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early. Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. Man in motion out of the slot. Oh, Bronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Finds a man, right side. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Running for the marker on second. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Timeout Indianapolis. That's its second. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. They're going to pass it here. Caught by his back. He'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. The Colts take a timeout. That's their last one. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion.
Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos make it a 2-possession game here in the 4th. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. And he's into the end zone for 2. That sets him up with a 14-point lead.
Broncos 42, Colts 28.
The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Here's Gould on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Colts file out into formation. Here comes 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Hit the right and reeled in by Downs. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Hey, go lion. 5-9.
1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Down the field. He's got Pierce. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with a receiver with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Beats Texas on the extra point. And the Colts chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Colts 35.
So down inside the final minute, they're ready to try the onside kick. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. So everything comes down to this onside kick with less than a minute to go. And the kick is recovered by that Broncos hands team. Well done by them. And that should put the finishing touch on this victory.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he can't escape, Brock. They lose yards, but defensively, no timeouts left to stop the clock and take advantage. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Here he is to throw. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. And a tough one to retain through that hit. And that'll bring up second down.
Okay, this defense finally said enough, ripped up that script. They have seen him be way too productive. Time to start fighting him for every single throw.
Back to throw. Caught just shy of the goal line. And he will score. And with almost no time left, that should clinch the win.
Touchdown, Denver.
I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. This one winds up as a touchback, so they're going to have one final snap to work with.
At their own 35-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10. He'll start on the ground. Taylor. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. So the Broncos ride out of here with a win on the road.